Welcome to this episode of Street Sense with me, Maxwell Mensah. You can call me Talent Man. On Street Sense, I share with you uncommon wisdom tips to help you succeed in your career, finances, business, and relationships. On this episode, I'm going to share with you 7 things you should never say to children. 7 things you should never say to children. But before I get into it, I want to urge you, kindly subscribe to my channel now, like this video, leave a comment for me, and share this video so others can get to learn what you've been learning on my channel. So let's get into it. 7 things you should never say to children. You know, children are very precious jewels that the world is blessed with. And one thing that we sometimes tend to forget is that we were all once children. And so, yes, you are old now, but you were once like the child you are looking down upon. You were once like the child you don't respect now or you don't regard now. And it is very sad when I hear adults who don't like children, when I see adults who despise children. I know one woman who even says she hates children because they don't know how to follow instructions. And I'm like, how can you hate a child? I mean, the child is a child for a reason. He or she hasn't gone to the level you have gotten to in life. The worries you have now, the child doesn't have such worries. And so definitely the child can't behave like you, the adults. But sometimes when we grow up, we tend to, I don't know what happened, but we tend to have a certain mindset about children because they behave differently from us. But then on this episode, I'm going to help you to change your mindset about children so you don't say some things to children. First thing you should never say to a child is that you are not intelligent. Never say to a child that, that you are not intelligent, you are not smart, you are dumb. Never say to a child. Never ever say to a child. Probably the child is not intelligent in something that you wanted the child to be smart in. But the child is still intelligent in some other area. No matter what you do, probably the child is not good when it comes to sweeping the home. So when a child sweeps, they always sweep the wrong. They always sweep the wrong way, and then after sweeping, you can still see even more dirt in the house than they started sweeping. It doesn't mean the child is dumb. No. Probably the child doesn't do well in school. I mean, they're in a class and there are 65 in the class, and your child is always the 64th or the 65th, and you think your child is dumb. No, never say your child is dumb. Your child is never dumb. Probably academics is not her thing or his thing. So help the child to find that thing that he or she is good at, intelligent at, and let the child focus in that area than trying to push the child to do things that he or she is not good in. In fact, when it comes to the academic field, for example, that is where we normally think children are not smart. And it is all because our educational system tries to make all children think alike. In fact, there is a quote that I love so much. It says that everyone is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life thinking it is stupid. Everyone is a genius, but if you judge a fish's ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life thinking it is stupid. Look, fishes were not made to climb trees. Fishes were not created to climb trees, unless the trees that are inside the water, under the water, that one they're able to climb. But fishes were not made to live outside water. And so if you want to judge a fish's intelligence by bringing the fish out of water and asking the fish to climb a tree to determine its intelligence, then definitely the fish will be the dumbest thing ever created on earth. But if you leave the fish in the water to swim, you will see the fish's true intelligence. You get it? So learn to appreciate every child's unique abilities, unique strengths, unique talents, and stop looking down on your child or other people's children just because they are unable to do certain things that you want them to do, or because they are able to do certain things the way the world wants them to do. Forget about what the world wants them to do. Forget about what you want the child to do. Help the child to find what he himself or she herself was created to do. That way you will find the child's true intelligence. Because I submit to you, every child is intelligent. Every child is intelligent. Every child is intelligent. Their intelligence may just be in different things. But it doesn't mean a child is not intelligent because probably they couldn't pass their math subjects, their math exam, or their English exam, or their science paper, or their physics class, or probably they don't know how to play football, they don't know how to sing, they don't know how to play instruments. So because of that, the child is not intelligent. No. So never say to a child that he or she is not intelligent. The next thing, never say to a child that he or she is not beautiful or handsome. Never ever say to a child. Never ever say to a child. Now let me even say this. Even you, an adult, at your age, there are things you feel inferior about. You look down on yourself in certain areas. You think, oh, my head is big, too big. Oh, I'm not nice enough. Oh, all my friends are more beautiful. Me, I don't have a body like my friends. Me, I'm not as thick as my friends. Even you, the adult, even you, the adult, even you, the adult, you feel inferior. You feel like you don't match up to your friends, and you think you don't have the same feelings. Stop killing the child's feelings at a young age by telling them, oh, now you are, see his ugly face, be. See his ugly face, be. Stop looking down on children. Stop telling children they are ugly. I remember when we were young, I won't say it. Stop saying to a child that he or she is not beautiful. What is beauty? What is beauty? Who defines beauty? Which dictionary defines the real meaning of beauty? So does it mean because a child is not as handsome as you would want a child to look like, so you say the child is not handsome, or the child is not beautiful? Stop it. It is a very wrong thing you are doing. Very, very wrong. Never say to a child he or she is not handsome or beautiful, because everyone is beautiful or handsome the way God wanted them to be. You can't create a human being. You can't create a human being. You can't. If you could create a human being, in fact, I give you an assignment. From now, for the next 9 months, create a child of your own. Create your own child and bring the child out. And then come and show the world what the true definition of beauty is, and then the other ones are not beautiful or not handsome. Nonsense. Let's get to it. The next thing you should never say to a child is that you are too fat or you are too skinny. Never say to a child you are too fat or you are too skinny. That is body shaming that is starting right from childhood. You know, even adults who are fat or skinny look down on themselves because other people keep saying, oh, you are too fat, and people tend to feel bad, even though they are old and they are grown and they can decide what is good and bad for themselves. They feel bad. And you think a child will not feel bad when you call them fat or too slim. Stop it. Stop it. You are killing the child's morale, the child's self-belief, even at a young age. It is body shaming. Stop it. Yes, he or she is a child, but they also have true feelings as children. Stop killing their feelings. That is the way most people are body shamed from childhood, and they tend to grow up with the mindset that, oh, I'm too fat, I'm not as beautiful enough as other people, I'm too skinny, I don't look like other people, I'm not nice enough, I don't look healthy. Stop body shaming children. Stop calling a child too fat or too slim. Stop it. If you're someone who loves saying it, never ever say to a child that you're too fat or too slim. The next thing you should never say to a child, never say to a child you have a very big head. You have a big head, or your eyes, very big eyes, just because the child's head is bigger than what you think is supposed to be the normal size of a child's head. Now let me ask you a question. What is the normal size of a human being's head? Give me the size. If you know it, type it in the comment section. What's the normal size? And the normal size, who gave that normal size? Is it doctors who gave that size, or scientists, or God who gave that size? Who gave the size? Which manual gave the size, the recommended size for children's head? So stop saying to a child you have a big head, you have a big eyes, just because the child's eyes are a bit bigger than the normal eyes you all see around. So you think the child's eyes are too big and you are looking at before. Look at your eyes like a wizard or a witch. Stop saying to a child they have big head or big eyes. It's not healthy. It is not healthy. It makes the child feel inferior. And you see, all the things I'm talking about are comments that people make to children that makes children feel inferior. They are comments that make children feel inferior. So stop making such comments to children. Next thing you should never say to a child. Never say to a child you will not amount to anything in future. Never ever say to a child you will not amount to anything in future. Do you know the child's future? Do you know, even you yourself, do you know your own future? Have you seen your own future? Have you seen your own future? And you can, because of what you can say about the child, because of the child's behavior, one or two that you see. So you think you are God. You think you are more than every other person, and you can see the child's future, and you can predict that the child will be nothing in future. Thunder fire you. Thunder strike you. Never ever say to a child that they will not amount to anything in future, because you don't have control over the future. You watching this video, or any other person, you don't have control over the future. You can't determine a child's future. You can't. Unless you want to go into witchery or witchcraft. You want to go into witchcraft and go and cast some spells against the child so the child doesn't excel in future. If not, you have no control over a child's future. So never ever say to a child that they will not amount to anything in future, because in future you will not even be there. You may be dead before the child even grows up. Stop making such comments that the child will never amount to anything in future, because everyone has a chance to be successful in future, and that child you are looking down upon has a chance to be successful in future, and God has already willed that child to be successful. So it is not your dumb comments. Your dumb comment that will kill the child's future. So stop it. It is not healthy at all. The next thing, which is just like the previous one, is never say to a child that you are useless. Never call a child useless. Never ever call a child useless. Unless you are saying that the child is being used less. Probably the child is being used less. The child's true talent or skills or ability is being used less. That one is not an insult. So the child is being used less. Mind you, I'm saying used less. Past tense of use. So used less. That's different. But never say the child is useless. No one is useless in this life. No one. No one. No child, no youth, no adult is useless in life. Never ever say to a child they are useless. Some of these comments, when you say to a child that the child is useless and the child doesn't have a very strong mental capacity, the child may believe this thing and it may continue them for the rest of their lives. And so many adults we see around who sometimes don't believe in themselves, who are so timid, who are so shy, who don't believe in themselves, who are unable to take the risk to do things for themselves. It is just because when they were young, someone spoke an ill word to them. It is because when they were young, someone said something very insulting to them. Someone killed their morale from childhood. Someone spoke some words that were not welcoming to them. And they believed those words even as children. And those words stayed in them, grew in them, and now as adults, they still are unable to believe in themselves. So stop making such dumb comments to children. The last thing you should never say to a child is that your friends or siblings are better than you. Your friends or siblings are better than you. So probably you have 3 children, and then you think one of them, he or she doesn't behave like the way the other ones behave. So you think that child is useless or she is useless. Never ever make such comments. Never make that comment. Or you say, oh, yo, if I'm looking at all my children, you are the most useless one among all of them. All your friends are all your siblings are better than you. Never make such comment, because see, the child you think is not as good as the other ones, tomorrow may be the one who will redeem you and your family. So never ever look down on your family, on the child, and say, oh, among your friends, you are the dumbest one. Among your siblings, you are the one who is not useless. You are the most useless one. You are the one who is not up to standard. Hey, never make such comments to children. Never ever. You see, I'm very serious about this, because normally when you say these hurtful words or insulting words to children, they sometimes, not always though, sometimes they grow up with these things you said to them. Unconsciously, they may be unaware that those things you said to them took root in their system and have grown inside them. So these things you are saying to children, you may be killing a child's destiny by your dumb comments, by your foolish comments, Be mindful what you say to a child. Be mindful from today. After watching this video, be mindful what you say to a child, because you may be killing a child's future with your dumb, stupid, foolish comments. I'm very serious. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Street Sense with me, Maxwell Mensah. You know what to do. Subscribe to my channel so you can always get the updates anytime I upload new content. Thank you, and I will see you on the next episode.